And hi, everybody. We are live. We'll give it a few minutes for notifications to drop. And tonight, Ginger Fae,
It's me.
she's
It's me.
here with me tonight.
In
And
flesh only. Mind and spirit are somewhere else.
yeah, we're tapping into the ethers. We got beautiful, misty, magical, mystical mountains right now, and woo! And just before starting it already, little glitchy. So hopefully the spirits will behave and everything will go to. And there's Moira. So we got people popping
Moira.
in. So we have a special guest tonight, everybody, and most of you know who this gent is right here. This is my Shan, and
Handsome devil.
and they I was gonna say, and the handsome place we're reading on. We have Shingun coffee, Ginger. But the location we're going to read on tonight is actually the McCully house, which is here in Jacksonville, Oregon. And Shan grew up in that house in the late 60s.
Early. 63 to 71. Yeah.
So 63 to 71. And right now is currently a bed and breakfast. We were able to go there and visit and say hi earlier this summer after we got here. And we were hoping to be able to do this live reading from the bed and breakfast, but at $200 a night, we may wait till next year to be able to do that. So,
and what's it called?
Huh?
What's the name of this bed and breakfast again?
It is called the McCully House.
McCully. Okay.
And it was originally, well, for information, was actually built in 1860 by Jane and John McCully. And the McCully House is the oldest home in Oregon, currently operating as an inn. So how about that?
How about that?
Designated as a National Historical Landmark in recognition of its rich and storied past, our Oregonian Boutique Hotel honors the legacy of Jane McCully, a courageous pioneer woman who saved the property from bankruptcy by turning it into a boarding school and baking hub for miners during the gold rush era.
Ooh.
And so today they just go on saying that it's had a rich history and it's a bed and breakfast. So anyone can call and make a reservation and stay the night. And so, yeah. And say hi to a few people. We have Brendan here with us. Hey, Brendan.
Hey, Boo.
Of course, what the Fae? Let her in. I mean, come on now. And we have Moira. Hello, Moira. And I'm sure some peeps will be popping in as time goes on. We know it's the holiday season, so thank you, Ginger, for taking time to hang out with me.
Absolutely. I'm officially on winter break.
Yay! So, it's going to be parties and, Jello shots and all that good stuff.
I don't know if I've ever had a Jello shot. I've had a Jolly Rancher shot, I think.
I had a Jello shot back in my 30s at a Halloween party, and those were a wee bit too much for me. At least I can say I had one. So, and so Ginger, how do you want to start this? You want to ask Shan questions? Do you want us? Because Ginger's more not educated. What am I saying? She's got the oh my God, Ginger! I can't think of the word. She's done this more than I do, so she's got the.
I love the paranormal
experience. There we go.
Yeah. And and then I do paranormal investigations, and I've got about I think I have around 20 episodes under my belt, so I have a lot of fun doing these. So it's going to be fun tonight.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm still new. I'm still wet behind the ears when it comes to these. So I'll leave it up to you. How would you like to proceed, my dear?
Well, you're the host.
Okay. Well, how about we just we gave a little blurb about the history. So why don't you?
Did Shan have Shan? You had some see, I can't speak either.
We'll just hand it over to
Experiences
Shan.
is what I'm trying to say. Oh, guess who just showed up?
And he's going to take a shower. Roman, I can smell you over here. Go take a shower.
You're real. Oh my gosh.
Smell-o-vision.
So how did you guys hear of this McCully house?
Well,
So,
like I said,
yeah.
I was my grandmother had bought it in the
Oh, your
either in the
grandmother owned it.
yeah, in the 60s or 50s. And she made it was a doll museum at the time that I lived there. Dolls and
A
antiques.
doll. Oh,
Dolls,
okay.
yeah. Porcelain dolls.
That's
Well,
creepy in itself.
It is. We had spare parts all over the place and it used to creep me out. Like eyeballs and hands and arms and eyeless figures and stuff. It was just creepy. It was. But we had other items too. It was the house was built with square nails because it was built in the 1800s. I think they actually started on it like in 1857 or 58, and it was completed in 60. But it was a large house. It had a oil burning furnace that was invented by one of her husbands, and so we had oil heat and some fireplaces in there. As far as the paranormal goes, I had seen an apparition from my bedroom, which was part of the I guess the girls' school part. This little girl used to swing in and out of my bedroom through the wall.
Really? Oh my
A
gosh.
couple of occasions, but that's about it for the time that I was living there. And outside on one of the walls, on the exterior wall, there was a place where someone had carved the alphabet into the wall.
Uh-huh.
And they painted over it. So it kind of like you could still see the lettering underneath the paint.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's still there. There's no way to check because it's kind of concealed by the new construction that they had on it.
I bet one of the children did that.
Probably
So when your grandmother bought it, it was a doll museum, but it
No, when
used
she
to be
bought it.
Sorry?
No, she bought it. When she bought it, it wasn't a museum. She created the McCully House Doll Museum out of it.
What was it though when she bought it?
Yeah.
What was it?
I don't know what it was.
Oh, you don't remember? Okay.
No.
So, but was it you said it was a school or is it
It was probably a school.
Or you just assumed because there's a girl swinging there?
No, it was a boarding school, it says here, and a baking hub for miners during the gold rush era.
Oh.
See, I didn't know that it was a baking place, but there was an incredibly huge cast iron stove that was in there when I was growing up that my granny used to use to cook on. And it had compartments for baking bread or what have you, just different things. And it had porcelain coated doors on it. It was really fancy, but it was really large. And I didn't know that they had a baking store or whatever facility in there. So maybe that was part of that.
And I just also found out, Ginger, here, it says that the house was known for its grandeur and was a symbol of the family's wealth and prominence. However, the McCullys faced financial difficulties, leading to the house being nearly repossessed by creditors. So Jane was a teacher and a skilled baker, managed to save the house by opening a bakery and boarding house, which helped her family survive. And so they don't even mention his grandmother and mom's museum and stuff in the article, which kind of like, wow. But I'll see if I can pull this up here and show everybody. This is Jane. If we can all see this here. That's Jane McCully. So a little bit of tidbit right there, a little additional information.
That's your grandmother?
No, that's McCully's. No.
Oh.
We don't have a picture of your grandmother anymore. You threw out all the family photos. So
yeah, but they used to. My mom and granny used to dress up in period clothes with the buttress in the back. The Gibson girl type style with the corsets and everything like that. to have to run tours in there of the rooms with the dolls and antiques and things, and tell the history of the house. Uh, and we used to have intercoms. We had one an intercom right in back of a shop that we had on the adjoining cottage. And if my grandmother got too busy, my mom would shut down the store that we had in the cottage side and go help her out. So they'd have two individuals there to lead the tours if they got too large.
Wow.
And then through that intercom, tell me what you used to tell me about the sounds.
At night, when everything was shut down, I would hear people still moving around, stuff still going on, not voices, moving like people were moving things off the shelves or scurrying around on the carpets or something. And my mom always told me that they were friendly ghosts, because I would find things that we never owned, or I didn't think we owned, and I'd tell my grandmother about it. She'd go, "Oh, don't worry, it'll disappear, it'll go," and then we'd lose stuff for a while. She says, "Oh, it'll come back sometime, don't worry about it."
Oh, fun.
Objects. Yeah.
And a fun tidbit about Shan's grandma, she used to participate in seances.
Shan.
Back in San Francisco, back in the
tell them a little bit about Granny, how progressive she was for her.
She was a business lady. She used to she worked with we were like an equestrian family. She raised horses. She had a couple of show horses. She used to
inside joke. Sorry.
Okay. No, continue.
Oh, she used to drive around the United States giving out horse trophies, because she's the only one that had them. They used to give out bowling trophies and baseball trophies and stuff for horse events, because they didn't have horses. So she had a trailer with horse trophies, and she had a scribing device in there to scribe the brass plates for the winner of the competition. And she'd travel around to like Caesar's Palace or places like that where they held the horse events, the rodeos and things like that, and make the trophies for them.
Wow.
That was during a time when they hadn't even had paved roads, where the highway system wasn't in existence yet.
So it was dirt road and trails and stuff.
That was back when the mobsters ran Vegas.
and a depression.
Funny enough, so I lived in Vegas, actually in Henderson, and when I was in high school living there, I take it back. It was a Greyhound track. But as an adult, when I moved back, I lived off of what they call Racetrack Road. And they had built all of our homes on the old racetrack. But then it dawned on me, wait, those were Greyhounds, not horses. But I mean, it could have been horses at one point.
Right.
And then they switched over to the Greyhounds, yeah.
So any other information on Granny being with seance? Did she ever,
She never spoke about the seances. She just said that she did it, and that was that.
So I sometimes
her mother was into seances, so she assisted with them over there in San Francisco area, Oakland, California.
San Francisco. Your great grandmother?
Yeah.
No, my grandmother.
But yet
my grandmother.
Yeah,
grandmother did
her mother did too. And the thing is that when I met Shan, Granny had already gone into dementia and Alzheimer's. And so when I tried asking her about this, she just kind of looked at me and just smiled and laughed, because she couldn't remember. So I never got to ask her, about her experiences and stuff, and with that. And just really quick, we've had some people popping in, say hello to, and Beth actually said, I was in my bedroom once and the ghost of a ranch hand just walked from one end to the room to the other, and she goes, and I just watched him. So
wow, Beth.
And Roman is saying now he can put a face to the name, so he says greetings. And so the inside joke about the bicycle. And
so I was chatting with Roman via Messenger today, and I said, I hope I do well tonight. I think it's been about a month since I've been on live with all the stuff that's been going on. And I said, he said, it's like getting back on the bike.
Bicycle. There you go.
And I said, yeah, except for my tires are flat and I'm missing my tassel thingies.
You gotta have our little
And
tassels.
he messaged me the bell, ring, 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 ring. So,
Warrior girl. Hello, my dear.
warrior girl.
And we have Mama Sushi. I believe now home.
Sweet little baby. Oh my
Rowan
God.
is still being watched over by the doctors, but she is
Oh,
doing well. So okay.
love
Oh, now we're getting off topic here. So but it's okay, Moira. So I moved to Flagstaff, Arizona. I had been briefly to Flagstaff during my college years because my GPA was good. I was allowed open to do a study. What do you call those when you go elsewhere? My brain's not thinking tonight. But an exchange program.
right.
And so I had family in Arizona, down in Phoenix, and my Auntie Marie. And so I thought, and I saw the pictures for Flagstaff. It was absolutely gorgeous. I still miss it. And I said, well, I want to go there. So went there. And, we might even been ships passing in the night at some point when I was there, but because he was already there by 90. So I came back home, wanted to go back. And in 98, 98, 99, started working, saving money. And in 2001, I moved out there and got a job overnights at Walmart. And that's where I met him. He'd been working for Walmart. And so we've been together ever since. And I met his mom because he was taking care of his mom and Granny for, helping her out. And, because Granny was in such a state where she really needed someone constantly to be home so that she wouldn't wander out and things and stuff and whatnot. So, but yeah, that's how we met in a nutshell. Is there a picture of the place or website? Just type in McCully House MC. Here, let me just type it into chat for everybody.
It's just beautiful. I just did it and it's beautiful.
It is. And we got to go inside and he was telling people about, the stories with his grandmother. And they said, yeah, we're welcome anytime, It's just that, oh, wait a minute, New York. Why am I putting New York in? I'm thinking about New York. And so I'm typing off to the side, so I may not be completely. Let's see. So touching here. So Polly is here. Hello, Polly. Nice to see a new face. And yes, the McCully House, Jacksonville, Oregon. And so if people can't quite see, let me just hit a quick images. And the picture on the thumbnail is when Shan and I went, and I took a picture of him in front of the house while we were there. And they have a few pictures. This is one of the fireplaces. I believe that was still one of the originals when you were there. No, it's not an original.
Oh, heck no. That's too modern.
Oh, okay. So, but yeah, there's a beautiful, court outside where you can sit and stuff. It's really, really is a beautiful building. And I can't wait to go back. And Moira says, maybe you should write about that older history of the house. Well, It's kind of funny because there's some people we found out here, like at our downtown hotel, the Ashland Springs, there are a lot of hotel owners that do not like people advertising stuff about.
Was she the one you were talking about, or no? That was a different place.
No, Bill was telling me about the Wheeler House that's up around, I think, Eugene area. That actually made him take down a video. They told him, I go, well, you didn't have to take it down. I mean, everybody knew it was haunted. She did haunt, investigations and stuff. And so I guess she kind of bullied him into taking it down. But here in Ashland, none of their staff is allowed to talk about anything that's paranormal because they don't want their guests to be afraid. And at the same time, too, I kind of understand that they may not want, paranormal people coming in and you kind of maybe harassing the staff or, the visitors saying, did you have any, But Moira said that the doll museum, and I got to see some of these dolls when I met him. I mean,
Did
this is
you?
George Washington era dolls,
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
yeah.
and older than that his mom had. And yeah, while waiting for him at night, sitting on the couch with those dolls, some of those dolls in the cabinets looking at me. Yeah, I can't imagine a whole house full of them. So
I'm trying to. Oh, I was trying to look up to see if anything would come in with Dollhouse, but
no, it's just
Doll
like they don't
Museum.
want a part of the hit. I have no idea. But cool thing too is that when we went there that day, the
Oh, I
girl
finally
in
found it.
charge, her grandmother
Oh, wait.
actually knew Shan's
I found
grandmother,
one.
and their grandmothers had gotten together when they were younger. So that was kind of cool.
Okay.
Oh, this
So
is-
this says McCully House Doll Museum, Lila E. Stone, Jacksonville.
That was the great grandmother.
You
Lila.
found it.
Lila, they had
Just
us.
an image.
There's a statue. If it shows the figurine there of Lila,
This
the-
one I see is a porcelain doll in a blue dress in
And
front of
it's
a mirror that looks very scary.
in a French case.
Oh, there it is. Yes.
Yeah, it's in a French case.
So everybody,
That-
this is the picture. Here, let me if I can do it.
That is actually Lila's hair and her dress.
Yeah, that's the
Her,
picture.
that was her wedding dress.
Wow.
And they cut it down and made another dress out of it and put it on a wax doll.
And that's the one that would look at me
Yeah,
when I was waiting for Shan.
That was the, what do you call that? Not the mascot, but the figurine, the symbol for McCully House Doll Museum right there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess there was some postcards made too.
Oh, she was a photographer. My granny was a
Oh.
photographer. She made her own postcards for the dolls and stuff.
Wow, fun.
Yeah. And it's also a fun fact too with it, back in San Francisco and Oakland, she owned a saddle shop.
Yeah.
And she rubbed elbows with her father was an actor in the silent movie days and knew Lon Chaney, knew the Cheneys, Lon Chaney.
Really?
Jr. And she used to sell saddles to like people like Jack Palance, Henry Fonda, Glenn Ford, all the old cinema cowboys. Yeah.
Wow.
No, it's okay. Moira again wants to know what was the years the house was a doll museum.
I'm not sure. I think she sold it in '75 for like $60,000
Yeah,
or
but,
something like that.
but before that.
I think she might have bought it in the 50s.
So the doll museum was around for that long?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
I found a picture that says McCully House Antique Doll Museum. Souvenirs.
Oh my goodness.
And what's that say?
So the cottage was the souvenirs.
And somebody online also has it listed as in Medford, and it's not Medford, it's Jacksonville.
And it's kind of like Buffalo, Niagara Falls. Being part of the
Yeah, but still totally. But
That's neat. Yeah.
very cool. So 50s to 75, yeah.
Yeah, because this looks like a newer picture, not like it's 1800s or anything. That's fascinating.
She hadn't even got to meet Katharine Hepburn on the set of Rooster Cogburn and the
Oh,
Lady
and John Wayne.
and
Yeah.
John Wayne.
Wow.
He almost became an actor. She told him he should be an actor because he was handsome.
Shan. You could have been one of those.
Face is hiding under there.
That's funny.
Let's see if there were any other questions. And Bev said, Shan's grandma sounds fascinating. It would be fun to research her past and write a biography. I'll bet she had lots of adventures.
She
Yeah.
was quite a socialite.
Oh, and Life Magazine. She appeared
Oh,
on Life Magazine.
Sunset.
Oh, Sunset Magazine.
Sunset, yeah.
Because you got married on a horse.
Aw.
On horseback.
On horseback.
It was on the cover of the photograph. Yeah.
So,
So your grandmother's name was Lila?
No, my
Leona.
grandmother's was Leona Salyer.
Leona, your grandmother. So Lila was the great grandmother?
Mhm.
Yeah, was her mom.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, and then of course, his mom believed in the paranormal and metaphysical as well. And
Yes and no.
well, yes and no.
One of those Scullivers, right?
Yeah.
I mean, she wore pentacles and everything, and she acknowledged the pagan holidays and whatnot, but to actually believe in a actual deity, I think that was where Mom kind of drew the line a little bit. But otherwise, energy, and she did enjoy the goddess, the divine feminine concept, and she had tarot decks and things and oracles and stuff and whatnot. So yeah. It was like I fit right in. I didn't have to worry about walking into a family and saying, "Hi, I'm a pagan witchy." It was all welcome. So, no worries about that. And Morris says Maury was a journalist. So, no, that was Beth. I'm sorry, Beth, but no, it's true. She sounds book worthy. Sorry. So Maura wants to know, does Shan read tarot?
No.
He was even kind of like, oh, I don't want to. I have to be on here.
I'm kind of a non-practicing pagan. I grew up. I'm more of a mountain boy, nature boy. Grew up in the woods, and I believe in the paganistic, in the simple traditional, lifestyle, but not the deities, all the deities. Even though I'm Irish, I don't really. I think more of the aspects of them, the spirituality, than I do actual people. But a lot of Irish, say they're just like people. They get to sit and have a drink with,
she's a fae.
Grandpa Joe. Have a lager with Grandpa Joe.
Lager. Have a point. Yeah. But there was something else too. Oh, you actually have seen a Bigfoot. So I'm hoping I might have that experience here myself. If if one of them so chooses, I would like to start maybe doing some hiking up in the mountains next summer. And in Washington, Shan saw one. They're very real, the Sasquatch. And so I'm hoping that I'm, allowed at maybe some point while I'm living out in this area to maybe see one. Mm-hmm. And also seen a gray. Mm. So he's got all these spiritual experiences, but he doesn't really.
Yeah.
Practice.
That's a weird thing too, because I was a little kid in a crib over in San Jose, and my dad was working for Lockheed Electronics.
Lockheed Mark.
And I was in a crib, and I just saw this gray peeking through the window, and I told my mom about it, and she didn't. She
thought you were seeing things.
Yeah.
Child's imagination.
Yeah, but then I told her later on, after I had seen the movie and got scared to death because it was all evil looking with veins all over and snake eyes and all that kind of stuff. I think it came from Mars or something like that. But I said, they're not like that. I was having my tonsils taken out, so I was watching. I was going, they're not like that. I was crying and everything. But,
my goodness.
But he had just a simple face, with a small nose and the small mouth and big eyes, and that was it. He just looked at me, didn't scare me.
Uh-uh. Yeah. What if it was one of those moon children?
That's one. That was the first word I said.
That was his first word. Not mom, not dad.
I actually pointed to the moon when I was on my mom's shoulder and said, "Moon." I pointed up at it. Yeah. So
he's a moon baby. Yeah. And Roman says, Shan is a secret druid.
Yeah, he is.
And Moira says, a lot of Irish in the house tonight. Mm-hmm. That girl.
I knew I had British background, but I didn't realize how much Irish, just as much as Scottish, we have. So we're like neck and neck.
And when I meet more people here, Ginger, they're saying that they go, well, just so you know, we have quite, the Fae energy here. Have you heard of this place here and there? And I'm like, yeah, you don't have to tell me twice. Mm-hmm. It is truly, Ashland is a Fae town, especially Lithia Park. So I keep trying to tell Ginger, when you can, come on down and visit. I mean, there's even a store that here, a bookstore, and they have this one display where all they sell is the little fairy doors for the trees and the houses. It's very magical. It is, but very strong Fae energy here, most definitely. Cool. So did you have any other questions, or do you have anything that came to mind else about the house paranormal wise?
We used to.
What about Dennis or wait a minute? But what about
Yeah.
Dennis or Mike? Do they have any paranormal?
Oh yeah.
So share those. He's got two brothers.
Ah,
Yeah. When I was growing up, and my brother
Which one?
had a set of drums. Dennis had a
Dennis?
set of drums, and I had this Sears guitar, and we set it up after hours up on the second floor, right in front of the house, above that terrace. You could see the front terrace of the front door, and we used to play up there in one of the rooms. But once in a while, we'd hear people walking around on the terrace, and there was no way in heck they could, because it had like French doors opening up to out, glass doors opening out to the terrace, and they were
Mhm.
closed, and they had a case in front of them, so nobody could get out there from inside, and outside nobody could climb up those columns and walk around and
Right.
make. And it was like it was a clean floor, and they were going thunk thunk thunk, but it was all covered with leaves, so there's no way it could have made a noise like that.
Right.
It
Right.
was just really strange, like people just pacing up
Uh-huh.
there on the front terrace.
Frontiers.
Yeah.
I'm trying
So
to write
in
all
your
this down.
family, your grandmother was the first one to own it.
No, I think it might have had maybe a couple of owners after Miss McCully.
Or did you find a article, Ginger?
No, I was just wondering, in his family alone, was your grandmother the first in your family?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did Mike have any
Have any what?
experiences?
Okay. They were having a tour one day. My Michael was like 5 years old or something. He was like
Oh,
crawling around and walking around playing and stuff while they were having a tour. On the second floor, there's a kind of like a mid floor that goes up to this one room where they used to have they had a couple of cases in there, and two access doors that went into part of the underneath the roofing. And my brother was up there playing around, and he noticed this one individual with a tour. It was a little kid with a Southern Confederate hat on, and
wow.
and he took Michael, and they went up into this area with the access door, and he tried to coax Michael to go inside there, and the guy never came back out. The little kid never came back out, and my brother didn't tell me this until after, maybe 20 years ago. He told me when he was visiting once
Wow.
what happened. That he was scared to death of that place because of that day. He thought for sure there'd be, the kid would still be in there.
Right. Right.
Well,
So he got to see
Yeah.
an actual apparition, interacted with an apparition.
Yeah.
Wow. So right now, these days, Shan's brother and us had a falling out a few years back. And so we hope that Michael's doing well, and Dennis passed away. It was about 30 years
90,
now.
91.
91 from AIDS, unfortunately.
Mm.
So we can't like reach out, right now and, ask and do any more research. But
Sure.
I'm glad that I thought of asking you about their experiences and stuff. So quite a bit to share.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well,
do
thank
we
you.
need him? Do we need him for anything else? Because
I mean, if you only want to tell your story and then go, that's fine. Yeah.
was there
We
anything else?
can read, and you'll just, if you hear us talking about something, you can chime in.
Yeah.
If something,
Yeah, in the front room.
front room. Yeah.
All right. Well, it's been nice talking to
thank
y'all.
you, Shan.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your story.
You don't have to worry about my chair. I'll take that back out after the show. Thank you, dear. Yeah, when we start pulling out the cards, ooh, sorry everybody. When we start spinning the cards and whatnot, that's when he's like, okay, have fun. So there we go.
Oh, now you can see me up close.
Oh, do you want me to put it back to the other way?
No, I'm fine. I was just kidding.
Oh, Shan, was the vibe of the house positive?
What's that?
why you should have stayed in here. Was Moira wants to know, was the vibe of the house positive?
Oh, as far as the energy goes,
He's back again.
nothing bad ever happened. Nothing got broken. Things that just get misplaced or things that we never had would show up. And my mom always said it was like it's cast for the ghosts. You know, they won't hurt.
Right.
Man,
Except for when Michael just got scared that one time, but otherwise it was a
but there was no action, no physical harm, no objects broken. So
my camera keeps going blurry.
Oh, she's just fixing her camera focus.
Just really spooky.
I was just saying hi, bye. No.
but I know when we were in there, I didn't feel anything negative, you know. And so we were really hoping that I wanted to rent the room for us for our anniversary back in October.
Right. I remember you talking about that.
Maybe next year. So that way I can actually do, hey guys, here's the full tour, you know, and take everybody inside with me, you know, with us.
That's fun.
But everybody, thanks for, you know, I love to have Shan participate more. But you know, he's got his thing, I got my thing. And so Carolina says, I miss ghost hunting. So did you used to do paranormal investigations, girl? Share, I would love to hear. So I was writing a few things. I know that you have a set of questions that, you know, you like to use for when you investigate. For me, I just put down, because I know you like to ask about the energy of the land. And then
you, hon.
Well, any recommendations? Like I said, you're the pro. You're the expert. So,
I wouldn't call me that. I would just call me very interested.
Very interested. They're waiting for a spirit. Oh, she's waiting for a spirit box to be delivered. So where do you investigate? Inquiring Minds.
Yeah.
So
it's been a year, maybe a little over a year. Kyle's caregiver driver, we did an investigation at her house, but they didn't prepare like I would like them to, like have nobody there, but they had their family there, and they, you know, so things didn't, you know, because they always said there's always activity and there's always this and that, you know, and I don't know why I brought her up. There's a reason why I brought her up. Oh, spirit box. So she lent me her spirit box before they left to go. It was in New Hampshire, I think. And I didn't. I have activity in my house, but I didn't get anything through the spirit box. So that was really interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot in New Hampshire. Now, we used to live briefly in New Hampshire. What town was she in, or she didn't die?
I don't even remember.
Okay. But yeah, believe me, that place, that's there are a lot of spirits.
There's a couple of things I thought I heard, but I wasn't sure. You know, it's one of those because you want to. I hear enough on my own without the spirit box that I don't need.
He's been doing that here. He's been hearing things, and he'll sit up in the middle of the night, and I'll be like, "What?" And he goes, "I thought I heard something." And I'm like, "What?" But nothing to make us, feel, uncomfortable. I mean, so.
Yeah.
And Carolina says, I want to use the spirit box when pulling cards to experiment.
That would be fun.
Yeah, like Hershey does on her channel. And Moira was like, I want no activity in my house. Yeah. Well, the one night I was sitting last week, I think I might have been telling you this when we were on the phone last weekend. Hey, Jax, what's up, girl? What's up, Sassy? I call her Sassy because she always says, smack that sassy button. And where was I going with this? This was with Tom. That it sounded like one night Shan went to bed early before me, and I kept hearing what sounded like something shifting in the chair because it sounded like the chair would move. I was reading something or in my laptop, and I kept hearing this. And I think and Mozzie was just kind of like, and I think after the fourth time, I said, okay, if there's somebody here, if you're not of love and light, then you're not welcome. However, if you mean no harm or you're one of my guides, please Don't let me hear you. And you know what? As soon as I said that, I didn't hear anything for the rest of the night.
Ah,
So could very well be. And she just finished an Oreo gingerbread house.
Oreo gingerbread. Interesting.
Interesting.
So there's this cute little girl at the high school. She's on the spectrum, and so she's so cute. She calls me gingerbread, and I call her
Oh,
marshmallow. I don't know why, but
that is so cute.
she's like gingerbread, I'm like, marshmallow.
So I guess what we could do then, what cards did you bring actually? We like to always start too with what
Oh,
deck
okay.
did you bring to play?
So cards that are very stiff and they're hurting I'm not getting paper cuts from them, but they feel like they could. So I have the Shadow Fates Tarot. I also have the Oracle, which I absolutely love, but I'm not going to use that tonight. And the Crowley and Waite Victorian Tarot. Using that tonight.
Oh, I have not heard of that deck.
Yeah, they're both indies off of Etsy. Yeah.
Ooh, Crowley and Waite.
And then I may or may not use, but I feel like I will. When I was just looking for decks, it was like, pick me, pick me.
Mm-hmm.
It's called the First Aid for Broken Hearts, but it's a tarot, but it's not. I mean, it could be. I mean, it's just not for broken hearts, is what I'll say. But the images are very subliminal. Subliminal. I'm going to make up my own words tonight.
Subliminal.
They're very subliminal pictures, everybody. Subliminal. Mm-hmm. So
it has an antique look to it too.
Yeah. So I thought that would be a good surrealistic and subliminal. Those two words are subliminal.
Subliminal. Tonight I brought it of all human spirit oracle.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I never thought. It kind of yelled at me, and I said, no, actually, this represents different aspects of the human spirit. Sounds good. I have my even though it's falling apart already, not the best quality with the siding, the edging, and everything on it, but still a cool tarot. So Lost Soul. Tarot deck, and I brought my cool new Raven Lenormand decks with
fun.
So look at first house right there. So
put that down as your significator.
Huh?
Should put that down as your significator.
Yes. So all righty, and if anybody has any ideas to ask, while Shan was talking, I was thinking energy of the land, energy of the house, like we did when you helped me investigate the house that I grew. For people who don't know, Ginger actually introduced me into really using the cards for reading on haunted locations. And the first one that we ever did, that her and I ever did together, was the house that I grew up on in Country Parkway in Williamsville, back in New York, where I was, attacked on a regular basis, or messed with, I should say, on a regular basis. And so was my sister and everybody else. So
it had an interesting story to it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have to go back and watch it again. I really can't. It's just been 2 years already, I think, since we've done that.
Yeah.
Oh, are there any portals? Good question. One of the questions I did want to ask, because I know when we've done, I've seen you do readings, you're always interested in the energy of the land and the house. One of the questions I wanted to ask is if Shan's grandmother, if Leona, if any of her, experiences with the seances, if anything might have attached to her.
Mm-hmm.
And that might have been because to see a Confederate soldier, though, on the Pacific Northwest, I thought that this area was more Union, during the, unless there was.
I mean, it could have been, he could have had a Union hat on, but, and because if I saw that kind of hat, I would immediately say Confederate, because that's all I know. I never really have ever heard people talk about the Union. I always hear them talk about the Confederates and the Confederacy. And so it could be Union.
Okay.
Little boy with the soldier hat.
Yeah, we'll just pull cards on what can you tell us about the little boy in the soldier hat. um, the young girl that would swing back and forth
Yeah.
through his wall, find out about her, see if any of the girls, anyone associated with the school, girls' school, um, if any spirits, are there. And then they said they were using that for the oh my goodness, for the gold rush. They were using it as for a bread place for the
Right.
gold rush.
Hmm.
So can you think of anything else, Ginger?
No, but Jack says if there are more than one uh, if there are more than one entity there, a hierarch.
Is there a hierarchy? Okay. This day more. I would think there's more than one.
Mm.
But that hierarchy, that's a good question. Hierarchy. All righty. So I'm going to need a new piece of paper already. Oh no, I don't. I could just watch the video again.
She
So
rephrased it. If there are multiple entities, okay.
is there a
If there
heart?
are multiple entities there, is there a hierarchy? That's yeah. I like to ask that question. If there's one the dominant one,
Dominant,
you
mhm,
know. Um
predominant spirit there. I want to know if Shan's mom and grandma hang out there too,
yep.
because that was such a part of their lives.
Yeah.
And I think it was when they were living there too. Shan had mentioned before that Good Housekeeping did I think it was Good Housekeeping. It was one of the wife, the things that you see at the grocery stores back in the day. And they
Yes.
actually came and they had to get all dressed up, and his mom made dinner and they took pictures for Good Housekeeping, family dinner, family meal too. So yeah, a lot of cool stories from him, you know. I was like, wish mine was that interesting growing up.
I
Um,
know.
so, do we want to ask first what about the energy of the land where the house is
Mhm. All
that
right.
contributes to any of the?
Do this one for the land. Okay. All right.
Oh boy, the questions are coming fast and furiously. Is there anything they need? Spirits
Oh
need.
my gosh, it's winter and I still have to take off my socks when I read. Hang on.
Yep, I get my glasses steam
Oh
up.
my
I've been
gosh.
noticing lately. Spirits need or want.
Okay. So I'm warm. I start getting warm. Get tarot hot flashes.
That'd be a name for a show, Tarot Hot Flash.
I mean, I literally was fine, and so I started shuffling, and this one
What
card
message does menopause have for you, Ginger?
right tarot menopause. Well, when you started talking about uh, his grandmother and Trover or anything, this card happened to be face up. So
What
it's
is
like
it?
it's the temperance, but
Temperance.
the
Okay.
image is the
Really?
angel. It's like she's watching over all that happens. Um,
Very cool.
I almost feel like she's not doing that anymore. But in the beginning, like when they first sold it, it's like, where'd all my dolls go? Type of thing.
Mhm.
All right,
His
the
mom,
land.
his grandma passed away in 2000 and 2006.
Hmm.
It was either '05 or '06, and then Michael had a cousin. Michael was living in Portland, and then he had to come down again when you know we found actually Shan and I found his mom. That was a
Mm,
hard one,
yeah.
because she had been sick for a while, and she was living in her own place at that time because we had gotten our own place, and that was 2000 and well January 3rd of 2008. So a few years in between. So yeah, I'm figuring maybe at some point they may go back to visit. But yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to use the house here as the significator. Whoa, okay. Yeah, every time I start to read now, I get warm and or my nose itches. I start to get an itchy nose. I do not know why. Energy of the moment. Oh my goodness. Phew. Having that hot cup of coffee probably didn't help either in the beginning.
My tea got lukewarm by the time I got up here. Very interesting energy already.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to go first?
Sure. Okay. All right. So if I go by my first card here, did the article say something about the McCulleys? They were rich here, so I feel like it's the wife that wanted the build on that land. So this isn't particularly to the land right now, but I feel like someone rich purchased this land and wanted to make it a home and do the whole planting an orchard, I feel like, and stuff like that. But that's just the person. But my other two cards, I think, just are interesting. So, I'm trying to figure out which one to go first here. So the energy of the land, if we're talking about the energy, it's definitely, how do I want to say it? Like a pass through. It was many people have crossed over. So I have a horse here too, so that's why it was definitely a land that was well traveled, often traveled by many people. And it looks like from the rich to the average gentleman, so to speak. Some people seeking, going out to the West Coast, seeking, we were talking about gold. There's definitely valleys out there. But I don't feel anything negative on that land by looking at these pictures. I don't feel like, and this entertainment purposes only. I don't feel like there was ever like a massacre or anything like that. I could be wrong. I don't know anything about the land, but I just feel like the land itself is just a highway, almost. With all the people passing through it. No, I was going to say portal, but I don't feel portal. It's just a land well traveled, we'll say. People looking for prosperity, and so that way there's not negative energies. I don't feel.
Okay.
What do you have, Heather?
This is interesting. I pulled from the Lenormand and from the tarot, and I was getting. I think it jumped right to a person because I got the Queen of Swords, and for me, that automatically made me think of that teacher. The people who had to run because back in that time, the teacher, then it was used, for the baking of the bread and everything. To me, it feels like the women of the land really knew how to utilize it. They were business women, Queen of Swords. They knew how to communicate. They knew they needed how to do finances. They had to run the place. They had to be their own bosses. So I get that very strong Queen of Swords. I did get the Three of Cups. So there was a lot of happiness. There was a lot of celebration. There was at one point, though, kind of like a tower moment. I don't think any land is really, not going to not have something that happens at some point. But there was some sort of tower moment when something had to be rebuilt. This might have been a rebuilding after maybe the gold rush or something. And this could possibly maybe be weather related. Of course, too, back in the day, they still had, no, I think most of the native peoples here, I don't want to say, I haven't heard of, since I've been here, learned of any really strong, harsh, any battles between settlers or, the government. But for that tower moment, that could very well be the moving of the people from their land. This could be people who came here for the gold rush and things fell apart, and they had to walk away. And I did get the Wheel of Fortune, so fortunes did change. Things were never constant, so there was a lot of change in fortunes. And then with I left this out for the significator, and I did get similar bouquet, which is about peace, offering, joy, love, that kind of good feeling. I did get the mice though. So at some point, that mice energy of greed, of finances being dwindled away. This could be also people coming in, again, the gold rush, the mines and everything just kind of being riddled, again, with the greed as well. I did get a rider. And so this is like a messenger. And I can't quite figure out him in this. He's facing the mouse in this reading. So this could very well be looking towards the past and seeing that, because the messengers are about news. It could be either bad or good. But right next to the mouse, to the mice, it's feeling like there was something that possibly word got out that the mines were coming up empty now. There was, no more gold really flowing through. And you got something, I got some similar, I got the ship. So it's moving on. The people came through and moved on. So the land provided both bounty, bouquet, abundance, wealth, everything. But then of course, the mice, you get the greed, land deteriorates, people's, dreams and goals, so
Heather, I was thinking with both of us getting the horse, it didn't even dawn on me till just now. The male horse on the male horses,
the mean horses,
the messenger horses, the male, before telegraphs were horses.
yeah.
So
And then his connection with this grandmother to horses as well. So that's kind of interesting too. So a horse is a horse, of course. Jax. The Pony Express. Yes. Let me see.
That's
Judith.
it. Thank you, Roman.
Hi, Judith. Judith has joined us.
Pony Express. That's what I was talking about.
So there you go. But yeah, horses. There you go. Good catch. So energy of the house. I'll pull a few cards on the energy of the house just to get a feeling.
Oh my God.
And thank you everybody for joining Ginger and I tonight. I think the term is indigenous, not native. Okay, Jax, I'm sorry. I'm doing my best, girl. The native peoples, the indigenous people.
I want to know if Roman was listening to us while he was in the shower lurking.
Oh, well, that's a thought.
Now he's like, finish shower. Pony Express. You were. He was drying his toes when he thought of the Pony Express, right? I want to know. All right, energy. Okay, I have a question. Do we want the energy of the house when the McCullys had it? Is that what we're doing?
Oh, the energy. Yes.
We can start there with the McCullys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, you're the expert.
Well, I was just thinking because I just thought the energy of the house, but the card that came out, I'm thinking that's not the energy of when I just felt like that wasn't the energy when grandmother had it. So
one set of cards I did.
when McCully's had it.
Okay. But then I got two like court cards, and I'm like in their mail, and I'm thinking, well, I know it doesn't have to be mail. Um, so I don't know. That's interesting. So for the energy of the house, initially with the tarot, I got the Eight of Pentacles, which makes sense. People were working, trying to, build it, and they were building, a reputation. Less skill went into the creating of the house, the money that went into the creating of the house, because it says here, the house was significant of the family, who were among the first settlers in Jacksonville, the McCullys, and the house was known for its grandeur and a symbol of wealth and prominence. So the other card I had was the Six of Wands. So again, that's success, victory. But then I also got the King of Swords and the King of Cups, which is interesting. When it comes to the McCullys, I'm thinking maybe the husband. To me, the women, though, they really, because, back then, a lot of times, the women, even though they might have run things, they had to been done through the husbands, because women really weren't allowed to own property and do all that kind of,
We all know
entrepreneurial.
who the boss was.
Huh?
We all know who the boss
Yeah,
was.
we all know. Like they said in my big fat Greek wedding, he's like, yeah, he may be the head of the household, but the woman is the neck that makes the head turn. So definitely. I'm feeling that, that King of Cups too, with the energy, with the King of Cups, that makes me think of somebody, who was kind, who was compassionate, could maybe be a little moody, at times, depending on, the surrounding cards. But even when they had that, I'm not feeling like there was a lot of negative energy. I did get a death, though, and I'm going to go by the death card on this one. I got book. And so I'm thinking in the book, for me, it's saying to me that there's something in the history books that talks about a death. And that's something to do with money and coming into money. So I'm wondering if maybe Mr. McCully passed and it all came onto Jane, because it says here she was a teacher, a skilled baker. I was thinking banker, but she had no money as well.
She had money through baking.
Yes, she had to, she had to have those skills to be able to run that. And so, yeah, and the fish with the money. So I'm thinking that in the books, there will be a death that is mentioned that had to come to do with finances and money, and maybe the loss of money, because it said that she started having problems, with the inn, and eventually I think it said she had to sell it. So that's what I have. What did you get? Oh, what am I missing here?
Roman, he was shower trolling.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this is neat because this first card, you talk about the house of grandeur, back then. This is just the weirdest image. This has to be AI because they didn't do this properly. Anyway, so what are we doing? The energy of the house. Okay.
Colors, yeah.
So let me look at this.
I'm noisy here.
So as if I'm looking at the image here, and because there's a moon there, so there's some mystery surrounding this house, that like there was some secrets that didn't want to be told, or found out. Yet there was an innocence also present in that house. And I have two different images, and one is a little girl, so we may have to talk about that little girl on the swing. But then this card came up, the little boy. So the energy of the house.
That boy that Mike saw, maybe.
Right. So I feel like maybe that boy had, I don't know if he was actually a McCully, but something to do with that little boy. He's just, the look on his face is very ghost-like. If you look at this picture, if the camera will let me look at it. Okay, when I look at it, that face is a little more ghost. It's a little more bluish. So, okay. All right, this boy is on a bridge. And here's more water, and I'll show you this in a minute. So I'm wondering if this boy, I don't know. I don't know if did he drown? He may have drowned or drowned, got saved, but then later passed away from complications to drowning.
Mm.
And because I feel like there was sorrow now when I look at this card, the mother mourning. This swan doesn't look like he's gliding with grace and beauty. This seems, and okay, possibly also, well, the life, when you have a connection with your child, you know, and that child passes, that's a connection of the heart. They say swans mate for life, so it could be also the mourning of her husband. But so maybe there was just a lot of loss. Wait, I see something in this image that almost looks like a little red ball here. So I really feel like there's something to do with the little boy and water. So when the McCullys had the house, it might have been just this grandeur place, but you never know. Some things might have been happening behind the scenes. That, like I said, there's mystery there. There's innocence there. I'm gonna stop there. Go ahead.
I tried pulling up to see if they had children, and I got some more information got brought, but didn't say anything about children. However, the house was completed in December of 1861. The house was later leased to a boarding house and later became the site of Mrs. McCully's seminary, the town's first school for girls. So she was also, the owner and operator of a seminary, first school for girls. And let's see, they didn't give me anything about them having children.
But the school has children. I mean,
But the school has children, so that's where the children have got to be.
Oh gosh, I just had a thought, where you hear those ghost stories where the child died, but they didn't want to tell anybody and they hid the child. Oh, maybe the child's in the lake. And boy, there goes my horror story movie mind.
This week on Ginger's Horror Fae. Yeah, no. Horror Fae films. I just wanted to pull some. Wait a minute, come on. The Norman cards are cool, but they're a little hard to shuffle because they're six-sided. But I did get, when it comes to his, let's see. Okay, so with the house, when his mom and grandma owned it, I did get success. There was a lot of pride, success, joy with them with the house. And I got the anchor. It was something that helped them get settled. It was stability. They were, when they say they were setting roots into the area. Interesting. I got road less traveled. And I'm thinking about Shan's grandma because of how she had to, do that driving all on those dirt roads. So, talk about roads and travel. And I also got Life of the Party, and that was his grandma. I mean, she was the one that did the, between him and his mom, but the grandma being out, she was a progressive woman. She was not going to be tied down. I think she had a couple of maybe marriages. Hey, Shan, did grandma have one or two marriages?
Oh, she had like 3 or 4.
Oh, she had 3 or 4.
But here's the thing: she didn't stop her business when she ran the McCully house. She also did trips and left mom there to do the tours while she went to golf conventions and golf.
So she was the life of the party. There we go.
Yeah,
she was
part of the booster club and other.
And I also got 2 of Pentacles, so there was a lot of balancing family, the job, the finances, and I got the 8 of Wands too. So a lot of that was swift. It was fast moving. Ace of Swords. Just that knowledge of coming in of communication and new ideas, new projects. To me, that's about the place really taking off when it did at that time. So that's what I get for the energy when grandma and mom took over.
Here's another thing.
Well, come over here. There's another thing.
She was also America's leading authority on antique dolls. She's in the Woman's Who's Who, a big, huge book about that thick back in the 60s, and she was listed as the highest
Wow.
Mom or grandma? Grandma.
in
Wow.
dolls. Yeah. Porcelain dolls, any kind of dolls.
Right.
And
That's
Ginger got a
awesome.
card on a boy.
Uh-huh.
You remember Michael saying he saw a boy?
Yeah.
She got a card on a
Here's
girl.
that boy.
Oh, wow.
I-
See the Confederate cap thing, since it was like in the 1860s or 70s or something like that, they probably, after the war, they didn't care who wore the
Right.
color, but
Might
it
have
was
been
always-
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
really cool.
that's really something.
All right.
Yeah.
Don't just to sit here with the.
So I went ahead and pulled a card. I asked if a child had died on or near the property, and I pulled this card.
Oh wow.
And then I went to the pendulum, and the pendulum said yes.
Okay.
And then I also asked if they hid that death, hid the knowledge of that death, and the pendulum said yes on that as well.
So was there a death hidden by Mrs. McCully, or just did you say a particular person, or just?
No, I just said was there did a child or children die on or near the property, and then I said was this death hidden? So,
Wow, I got the Tower again.
yeah.
High Priestess, and so I got the so I got the Ace of Cups. So that's about emotional. This is interesting asking about that, because Ace of Cups is water. We're looking at water. There may have been emotions that were involved, because right next to it is the Tower.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have the High Priestess. But too, if you think about the High Priestess has a book. She's knowledge. That could be a teacher as well. To me, that's knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Empress underneath it, it may have been someone who was a mother that were to look after the kids, like possibly, alleged, I'm not saying, Mrs. McCully, but, whoever might have been part of that, if there was, that could have been someone who was seen as mother, because, with seminaries, I think they named the head mistress, it's mother.
Yeah, you had a head miss,
Yeah.
whatever she was, yeah.
Head mistress or something, yeah. Exactly. So, all righty. Woo-wee. So let me cross that one. We answered that one. You asked about, was there anything that you asked that I didn't ask that you want me to ask? If that makes sense.
Right, yeah. I mean, we can go to the energy of when his grandmother
So yeah, any spirits
of the house.
connected to, any spirits connected to the house due to his grandma's seance past, did any spirits, is that the question that you're referring to?
It was just the overall energy when grandmother had the house, but we can ask that,
Oh, that was my last reading with my cards.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
No. I'm
We
jumping
did
ahead
that-
of myself here.
Yeah, we did the energy when the McCullys owned a house.
Okay, now for me, the road less traveled and the life of the party. For me, that's when I was asking about Leona and,
Oh, okay.
his mom. So I think I jumped ahead. My
Okay.
apologies.
No worries. So let's ask about
And Roman, yes, there is water nearby. It's
hey, sweet Nancy. Hope you're feeling
there's
better.
Rogue River. Hey, Nancy. I'm still way up here in the, let's see, Queen of Spades, the widow. Oh, how have you been long? We came on about 45 minutes ago, my dear. The anchor gave me buried vibes.
No, we
Oh,
came on at 7.
well,
We've
for
been
me,
on
no,
an
well,
hour.
for me, it was 4 o'clock my time. So we've been
Oh,
on
that's true. We've been on an hour and 15 minutes.
Are you serious? Oh my
Yeah.
God, already? Jeez. So we're going to see. Okay, so we're going to ask if there were any spirits connected to the house because of Leona's seances
Right.
that she
Did
participated.
anybody follow?
Yeah.
Well, okay, so Leona didn't live in the house though, right? It's just Lila, the grandmother.
No. His grandma lived. His grandmother and his mom ran
I'm
that.
sorry.
antique-
I'm sorry. Leona is grandmother. Lila is great grandmother. Sorry.
Yeah,
My notes are backwards. All right. All right.
it's probably backwards too, because I didn't know
Okay.
that Shan was going to bring his great grandma into it. I was like, no, wait a minute, what?
Okay. So did spirits follow?
Wow, Roman's Ace of Cups swallowing meds. Look at you, Roman. Whoa. Any spirit connection due to spirit. Oh. Wow, what is this about? You ever ask a question and then you get cards that you think would be the last thing you would get, and you're trying to figure out how did I get that? Oh.
Yeah. Okay. But okay, so I just want to be clear. Great grandmother did not live in this house. Only grandmother did, right?
I believe so.
Okay. I think that's what he said.
Yeah.
He was just saying that great grandmother did the seance.
Seances as well.
Okay. But they could have attached themselves to Leona.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways.
Because Leona took part of them too, so I was just like, wow.
Okay.
Whoa. Excuse me. One card just flew out of my hands and hit the wall. And it's the book. Ooh. That one deck you're using is really beautiful. It's like
this one?
The gold. Yes. What is that one?
Or this
again?
one? This one?
I think so. Yeah. No, the one that's got the beautiful. It's got like a golden halo to it.
No, oh, I know what you're talking about. The one with this.
No, it was the tarot one.
Okay, these are all tarot.
Oh, okay, the girl in your hand right there. She's beautiful. That one.
This one?
Yeah, that's beautiful.
That's the shadow. That's not a cheap deck. I splurged on that one. Shadow Fates
tarot.
Yeah.
Like Heather needs another
I
deck.
did a little splurging on that one.
Yeah, I did that with my Emerald Papyrus.
I think I gathered birthday money. I can't remember. All right, anyway. I have that same thing. Things that make you go,
Things that make you go, Wow.
Go ahead.
I think so. I got this card flew out, the World card. So for me, that's the universe. To me, this could represent the spirit world. Things coming full circle, someone coming through, like, and if he does look like a portal, too, if you ask me. like someone walking through. But here to me, it feels like spirit world. I got whoever the spirit may have been. I got the Five of Wands. So there was some struggle, there was conflict involved, which caused a lot of anxiety, stress, maybe some cruelty. I got the Nine of Swords, resulting in death. So I feel like there might have been someone that was attached to her, um, that came through along with her to this place. And with the Lenormand, I got the book. So again, something to do with a book. Could be a book of secrets. It could be something, we can find in like a library, an archives or something. I did get the whip, which was about abuse, neglect, another card of, cruelty. And I got the fox, cunning, sly, um, trying to camouflage, hide things. And then the card at the bottom, crossroads, kind of like a spirit caught in at the crossroads. So I'm feeling like something with this seance could have followed her to this house. But again, there was nothing negative energy wise. So maybe this spirit became attached to her. But whatever the spirit is, I ask any spirit connections. So whatever this spirit or spirits were, it was not, they were truly, they were mistreated. And I want to almost being drawn to say it's maybe someone maybe at the seminary and how they treated, because a lot of times those kids were mistreated back in the day. So I'm hoping that this is not what's referring to, but I did ask specifically any spirit connections due to Leona's seance past. So maybe that doesn't have anything to do with, the seminary and stuff that was being run, but maybe someone gravitated with her and came. Yeah. I mean, to me, those cards say yes, there was some spirit, but it was not a very nice ending. What you get?
Okay. Well, my first card was like this family card here. So, not sure if that's really answering that question, if they followed through seance. Let me think. But I want to know, because this dog really stood out to me. And I know there's a dog in the Ten of Pentacles card anyways. But does Shan ever remember either hearing like a dog pitter patter or hearing a dog at all? I mean, he might not even know. It could be his family, but but anyway. But I still find it fascinating. There's a little boy in this picture.
He wants to know if you had any. You want to ask him?
Oh, for some reason, this dog is really standing out to me, and I was just wondering if you ever remember. And maybe it wasn't even when you were there, but either hearing a dog like walking across the floor, or hearing just the sound of a dog when you were.
Dogs.
Oh yeah, we've had several dogs there. We had a little Maltese. What do you call it? Maltese cross, some type of mixed breed of poodle, kind of like a poodle looking thing.
Mm-hmm.
We also had a couple of standard poodles. We had my mother bred dogs.
Oh, okay.
Breed boxers.
Okay.
I guess
So you would hear them anyway. So regardless, I was just.
We had an Afghan. We had an Afghan one time, a black Afghan. Huge thing.
The first time I saw Afghan hounds were in Scotland, and they had a blonde and a black one, and they were so beautiful.
Yeah, but this one was like a bear. She was big. She had a weight problem. And then we also had a borzoi, a Russian wolfhound.
Yes.
It's like a woolly, or not woolly, but long-haired.
They're big.
Huge, yeah.
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 Now, yeah, I was just curious if you like heard one that wasn't there.
Oh, we had so many dogs we couldn't.
You wouldn't be able to know. Yeah. Okay.
No.
All right. So, but
Okay.
thank you, Shan.
You're welcome.
Maybe you should grab your phone, just sit here.
Right. Or listen to us while we're. But anyways, there's that little boy in that picture.
Yeah.
And then so my next card was the Ace of Cups, which for me, when I first learned off of this one deck, when I first learned, I was learning how to read. I actually saw movement in this card. And so that was to me the significance of a spiritual awakening. So that would be a significant, like
I got the Ace of Cups too.
signifier of the spiritual connection there between grandmother, great grandmother. So I see the light there. So definitely, this lets me know that they are attracted to her light. It's highly possible that some came through and followed her.
I like your interpretation of the Ace of Cups than mine. That's great. I didn't think of that.
It depends on the image. This Ace of Cups mean different things, but this is definitely
It's a gorgeous
bringing
deck.
in the light. And I got the Page of Coins too. So pages are messengers as well. So it could be that a particular one comes through that's actually just been one of her guides throughout her lifetimes. And then I'm just, asking about the spirits there, not being brought there, but there. And then you started talking about the sickly children, and this card came up.
Wow.
So there is a child attached to that home for sure.
Yeah, I was going to pull cards on that girl that Shan saw in the.
Yeah, let's do that.
If she was a part of, see if she was maybe a part of that school, or if she was before that. But now that I know it was a seminary, I'm like, oh, this is much more. I can't wait to go back, actually.
Yeah.
Because they do let you sit outside you can go and maybe order a drink or something, or people can stop by and sit on the table.
Mm-hmm.
I think when the weather gets nice next year, whether or not we stay in the room overnight, right. I'm taking a deck of cards with me.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to ask you about the energy of the little girl?
Yeah.
Okay.
That Shan saw. So for people who came in, Shan was explaining in the beginning some of his experiences, and he saw a girl swinging on a swing through his wall, back and forth from inside his room, out the wall to outside, when there was no way for a swing to be up, at least at that point, up that high. So, but yeah, so that was something definitely we wanted to. And another thing we can ask Ginger, I didn't think of until just now, because of all the dolls and antiques, that carries energy and spirits. So that could be too.
That's what I was thinking.
It takes Heather a while, y'all.
Yeah. I mean, dolls are just creepy. It's probably why I never had. I had more stuffed animals than I did dolls.
Me, it was pretty much just Barbies. After that, no.
I did have Barbies. I had a few porcelain dolls, but they never scared me though. But we brought back from Scotland. We went to this store, and there was this beautiful colt that was like a stuffed animal, but it was huge. I wanted that one, and my mom said that one's too expensive. Here, let's buy this jester. This jester had the plastic face.
As you just said that, I kid you not.
This jester, in the right lighting, those eyes followed. And I came home from school one day and his face was broken. Apparently my brother was like, he couldn't handle it. He broke his face.
I cannot believe the minute you said gesture, I flipped back over to see what I had, and it was that. Can't make this up, y'all. You can't make this up. Wow. More cards that aren't making sense. Little girl. Maybe I need a different deck for these questions. I thought this would be like the best deck, but because it's black and white, there's like no other. And I have the ghost tarot, but I just don't resonate with that deck. I thought I would for these readings. I used it before, and it was confusing me, more than. Hey, Bill, what's going on? Tools of Fortune. Let's see. Who was the girl that was swinging back and forth through Shan's bedroom wall? Heather, just show up with an artillery of decks and tell the management that Ginger Bay sent you for today. Yeah, none of these cards are making sense for the girl.
So, hi, Tools of Fortune. Who's this?
That's Bill, 999
Hi, Bill.
ASMR. So that used to be the ASMR and tarot. I did the poetry. Him and Jeff would join me on my poetry.
Oh, okay. All right.
He changed his channel name. He lives in Oregon, so he's about a 4-hour drive up from me, heading upstate. So the little girl. Well, there's the coffin. Ooh, now these make sense.
Hey, Bubba. What are you doing? Sorry, my son, Kyle, just popped in. What are you up to? Nothing?
Yeah.
Okay. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Love you.
Okay.
Aww.
You're so
How
funny.
sweet.
Okay. You ready or you want to go?
I want to see what, maybe you can help me make sense of what I got.
Oh, okay. Okay, so a card popped out, and I don't know I don't think it has something to do with the girl, but the energy, there was sadness. So there was a lot of sadness. But the girl's energy herself, she loved to like play the princess. She was very imaginative. I feel like her energy was love and light. She brought a lot of joy to the others. I feel like she may have even been like the not the leader of the group, but you know how there was always one girl that everybody listened to and wanted to be like, and I almost feel like that's her energy. And then I pulled this card. Okay. So I feel like even though she was in this group home, I feel like she was one of those girls. Even though she was trapped inside, her imagination let her travel, almost like she astral traveled everywhere. I feel like it was like me as a little girl. I was a Navy brat, always confined, to quarters, so to speak. My imagination took me places. Let me be who I want to be, even though I couldn't truly be that person. So the imagination helped her transform into whatever she wanted to be. Beautiful princess, beautiful princess. So I'm wondering, now that I look at this card, if she didn't have a sister and they were separated by being in this home. Like maybe the sister didn't go to this home. I'm not sure. This one I'm still kind of,
Interesting.
marinating over, so to speak. Because because I was asking to be connected with her energy. So, oh, it could also be that it could be that she herself had an imaginary friend, but it wasn't really an imaginary friend. It was a true spirit. And with the two of them um, spoke telepathically a lot, a lot. Okay, so and then I asked how she passed away, and I pulled this card, and it gave me the feeling that this little girl actually passed away from an illness.
Hmm.
It wasn't a tragedy. I feel like they were. She was surrounded by the other kids, and of course the doctor here and stuff like that. That's not what this is. My
Mhm.
sometimes I don't. This is Ten of Pentacles, but I don't read it that way. I'm reading the image on this one. So I feel like she passed away from an illness, and was mourned, and she was mourned by many, um, and yeah, I don't think this card has anything to do with that. So I'm going to put that back. Okay, so there's my story of our cute little girl.
And you know how you pull that one out with the cage with the butterflies?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, look at the butter. Yeah, yeah.
And it says here eye to eye. And there's two sets of eyes, and you had the double girl. I thought that was interesting. That was one of the cards that popped up.
This, I didn't read what this card said, though. It said, embrace the rite of passage with peaceful resolutions.
Hmm.
That's
So
pretty.
what jumped out was the Fool card. So for me, this represents that playfulness, reckless. Maybe I'm just wondering if, well, is that the Fool, having that leap of faith and being spontaneous. You like to be spontaneous, maybe a little reckless. Maybe that might have been part of her passing. But the Fool energy, to me, especially in this one, is very playful. Like you said, the gesture, trickster, joking around, kind of like the class clown, so to speak. Like you were talking about the girl that everyone else followed. You know what I thought of? I was thinking of Lucy from Peanuts. You know how everyone followed her
Yeah.
around. So,
She was the bossy one.
so I got the Justice card also, and I'm thinking this little girl, Justice card. Um, and I know justice can also represent karma. So maybe she wasn't meant to live her life full on this earth. Maybe something to do, oh, with karma. She was here for a short period of time. And or this could be telling me that her passing, someone sought justice for her passing, that maybe someone was seen as being neglectful, whoever was under her care. And so this could very well mean, again, the balances of justice, of fairness. The other card I got, I mean, she got all like three out for her. She got like five major arcana out of my tarot.
Wow.
I got temperance. And so for me, it feels like she's an angel, or, she loved angels as well. But temperance, having that balance, having patience, balance, moderation. But for me, it just feels like very angelic energy for me
Mm-hmm.
with her. The other cards I got was the Knight of Pentacles. And in this deck, there's no, at least with that him, there's no horse.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, the Knight of Pentacles, it's that slow moving where they take their time, they examine everything, they're studious, they're adaptable, they're reliable, they take their time, they're methodical. And then I had the Wheel of Fortune again, fates changed, and then I got the Judgment card, which for me,
Beautiful.
judgment. Now that judgment could have been made when I had to come with the Justice card, and maybe in her death, but judgment also a spiritual awakening. That might have been her going to heaven. She
Mm-hmm.
rose and she. So those were some very interesting tarot cards. But when I pulled this, oh my goodness, the little girl having fun playing chess. She's got chess pieces there. She's got bottles. Very playful. I did
Mhm.
get the coffin card, so it was her, representing her death. I did get the garden, so I don't know if she's buried somewhere near the property or if something occurred in the garden because Shan sees her on a swing. So maybe
Mhm.
this represents why she's still there. There was a garden there, and that was her favorite thing to do was to be
Yeah.
on a swing.
Yeah.
And then I got the dream card. And yes, she was maybe a dreamer. She liked to have fantasy. She liked to play. But I also feel like people may experience her there in a dream state, or maybe she might come to them in their dreams.
Cool.
So those cards made sense.
Yeah.
Really, these other ones here, except for the Fool, but that might have been also what needed to come out. There might have been a sense of, someone saw that her death is an injustice and maybe they took, legal action,
I also had something else come through when I read these cards. And if I read them together, embrace the rite of passage with peaceful resolutions. The other card was liberate your perception, fear not the unknown in the crossing. So
Hmm.
I'm thinking this other spirit or her what she thought was her imaginary friend was preparing her for her crossing over and letting her know what a beautiful, peaceful passage, rite of passage it would be for her so that she wouldn't be afraid as she got sicker and sicker because you start getting fearful and stuff. So
That's
to
beautiful.
me, that was really, really, if I'll put that card up again, it's,
And I
yeah,
like what Roman said when you had that Ten
yeah.
of Pentacles. She was surrounded by loved ones in
Hmm.
the end
Hmm.
of yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And it makes me think that there's spirits waiting for her to help her cross over as well. Um, that was
Wow.
just a fascinating card on that question.
I love that deck. That's going to be a Ginger Fae made me do it.
I've had
um,
it a couple years now. I love it.
wow. So let's see. Now, do we want to pull on what was making those sounds at night over the intercom, or do we just want to assume that maybe it was the kids that were there? That was her maybe playing
I
around being
mean,
her.
it could be just the spirits in general. How many, I feel more adult like. Um,
Okay.
the it could be children, uh,
Do we want to ask if there were spirits that came to the house through the dolls and the antiques that they
that
acquired?
would be weird. Yeah, we can do that. What's the
And
energy around
I
the
know
doll?
Jax had one that was really good too. She asked if we can ask if the spirits there need or want anything. Do they want us to know anything that
Yeah,
they need or
let's
they
let
want?
that be like one of the maybe after this question.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. So energy around dolls. Which?
And then Roman asked what messages were being communicated.
Yeah.
Through what though? By who? We'll see that. So we're looking at what
Well, with
spirit.
two of us doing these readings, we could get a message from different beings. So, all right, what are we doing? Doll energy? Dolls.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Were any of the dolls possessed? No, I'm just kidding.
You wouldn't believe the card that came out of this one deck just now. My God.
So I got the sense right away that at least the little girl enjoyed the dolls, having the dolls there.
Mm-hmm.
What an interesting picture. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm looking at this going, okay, a spirit attached to the dolls, and you guys see her face. I don't. It says it's called hit your mark. No, hit your target. So maybe that's saying that we're hitting the target, asking this question.
It could be grandmother going, oh
Yeah,
my
very much so.
All right. Dolls. Okay.
But we're getting a lot of butterflies between you and me, with our cards too, because I got another one with a
Yeah,
butterfly.
I did too. I did too. All right.
Okay. That book keeps coming up. There's got to be a book, a historical documentation of those that lived in the area. Because we've seen those paranormal shows where they go to the libraries, like the Dead Files. He would go through,
Historians and
pull out all the, names and the ledgers and everything of landowners and depending what or not that town actually kept track of,
right.
passings and things and stuff like that. We're getting a lot of new people in here tonight. Hello, Sybil.
Hi, Sybil. And who's Joyet? Joyety?
Yeah, that's somebody new too. So,
Oh, well, hello.
and we are reading. It takes the banner down. I guess it only leaves it for 10 seconds, unless I can. Oh, here. Oh, timer off. Here we go.
Oh, that's right. That's a new feature. I haven't used it yet.
Because I know I'll put up there now. Look and go. Where's my
Hmm.
banner?
Did some of the dolls I don't know about this question here. So.
Wow, these Lenormands. I'm really gravitating a lot towards Lenormands because they really do tell a story. And easier to kind of get a. So I'm going to jump in because I thought this was interesting from that same deck with the woman going, oh, that could very well be maybe
Oy vey!
grandma going, oh my God, what's going on here with these spirits? But I did get the butterfly effect card. And if I remember correctly, the butterfly effect is when we do something on this plane, it ripples and affects supposedly, possible outcomes, right? Like a rippling.
Yeah.
So the antiques and the dolls definitely that energy from, that they carried from generations and where they've been all, I feel like it's saying it had a ripple effect. Not necessarily were they, haunted by an actual spirit, but the energy that was carried through with them. And again, I got the book. So this is telling me to look into books, ledgers, information. The sun, you will find success in that way. It will shed light. It would be successful to find out more information. Also, I got the key. And I think that's an extra one that they, no, the key is the regular one in this. So the key, again, the key, the book is the key. This ledger, I keep, instead of saying book, I keep hearing ledger. But that would be key. And connected, I got male energy. I got the man card, followed by bouquet, which again, about success and abundance, love, people sending flowers, a form of communication. The dream card came up again too. So it feels very much like to me, people having experiences with these spirits via, a dream state. I did get the cross though. So there was some suffering, some sacrifices that had to be made in regards to this connection. And with the cross, it could be well telling me that there may have been some Christian belief, people that owned some of these items. But yeah, then again, I got the garden, and there's a beautiful garden, and I think they have a fountain or something similar, or did have one at one point on that property. I know the artwork's a little small; it's really pretty, but we do have that fountain. So with the garden, so I'm feeling like a lot of this energy is being contained within from the antiques, the dolls, but they've kind of been like absorbed. The energy has been absorbed into the land, into the garden, into the spirits that look after the place. But that man energy feels like there's that man energy. There's maybe, I don't know, but I don't know really any males except for Mr. McCully. He may be one of the ones that are still there, as well, overlooking the place.
I'm wondering if just like at least one of the dolls, maybe a gentleman made dolls, and
There
one
you
of them
go.
ended up in that museum,
Mhm.
and he's just proud of his work, kind of thing.
The antiques, he might have been one of the ones that designed, carved those antiques as well.
Yeah.
A carpenter design.
Mhm.
Because back then, oh my God, the amount of, excuse me, compared to what we sell now in the stores, that was craftsmanship back then. You apprenticed for that. You know,
Mm, mhm,
pride
mhm,
in their work back then, most
yeah.
definitely. As
Yeah.
far as at funerals,
Okay, so when I asked about the energies of the doll, I don't feel that any of them are carrying any kind of possession type energy, of course. Uh, but asking about that, I got this, and it's like it's unfounded fears that people are afraid of dolls. This says, what does this say? Irrational fears, face them with equanimity. Equanimity. But anyways, yeah, they're dolls. Now, for me, at night, they're not just dolls, they're scary. Their eyes follow you. But yeah, I just think, I don't know, throughout time, people were just afraid of dolls, and it was at the night. And I think it's because it looks like their eyes follow you. Plus, um, I see a lot of people when they're arranging the dolls, they arrange them in such a way that they slip on their own. So I don't feel anything about these dolls. I mean, I don't even want to do the rest of the cards because they don't really uh, say much to me about the energy of the dolls. Um, which this is weird. It's just never happened. So to me, there's just no energy. But I did get a gentleman too who enjoyed his treasures. So these are dolls that were treasured by others, and that's the energy I feel from the dolls themselves, because we're all made up of energy. Is they were just happy to be treasured, and that they brought joy to others. And their message is, do not fear us. We're special little, maybe that's where this little white fox comes in. We're just special familiars almost. So I don't know, I didn't feel much
yeah.
on that subject.
So Christina joined us. Hello,
Hi,
Christina.
Christina.
And my condolences, Christina. Was wondering if you were going to pop into chat at some point.
Thank you.
Australia had a mass shooting last week, and quite a few people died. And I've been waiting to see if Christina popped in so I could give her my condolences. But sending much love to you, Christina, and your country for this. It was unheard of,
Um,
and so sending much love to you, my dear.
mm.
What am I
Yeah,
doing?
some people are asking that they plant a tree in memory of,
Now,
instead
why
of
is
bringing flowers.
no? Wait a minute. StreamYard's doing something else now. All I did was tap here. No, I don't want to put that in chat. They're wanting me to put in a referral link, and I don't
Oh,
want to put that in. No, come. Oh, y'all, just give me a second here. No, they won't let me get rid of it. Okay.
really? Well, it's
I
not showing up, so don't.
Okay, so I don't have to worry about that. Miss Terry! Hello, my dear. Mwah. Good to see you. So, the last question was something that Jax had recommended,
Uh-huh.
and it
This
was
is messages.
spirits. Do the spirits need or want anything? And I know you said maybe planting a tree or something. Do we still want to pull cards on that, or
Well, yeah. I mean, maybe they do have a message. Let's start. Why don't we start with? Does the little boy have a message?
Okay.
We
Let's
can do
does the
that.
needle want anything?
All
Oh,
right.
I know what I'll do then. I will shuffle and find the little boy in my Lenormand deck and see what cards are surrounding him. There we go.
I just heard the name Jack. Not that that's his name. I just heard Jack. Little Jack.
Well, I am going to break that down because if I do some digging or something comes up, I'll be like, where do I know that name? Ah,
Jack or John? Okay.
well, John wasn't the Mr. McCully's name John? Jane and John McCully?
Did I
That
write
might have
that
been a
down? I didn't write.
yeah, Dr. John McCully.
Oh.
He was a doctor. Oh, he was a doctor. So now someone's giving me another site's giving us a little more information.
Oh, okay.
Wait a minute, is this the same one? Wait a minute, he left her with 3 children? Wait a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa, whoa.
Okay, update folks here. When Dr. John McCully abandoned his wife Jane in 1862, he left her with 3 children and all of his debts. He also left her with the McCully house. To survive, Jane turned to baking bread and pies. She leased the house to Amos Rogers for a boarding house, and in June of 1862 opened the seminary in the family's old log cabin. Jane was a teacher, so they're talking about she was so popular that by the end of the year she took over the house for classes. When even after public schools were available, Jane provided advanced education for both boys and girls. She was the only teacher the children of many of Jackson's prominent families ever knew. Most went on to university, ranking at the top of their classes. So she was, yeah,
Oh,
wow. But he left her with 3 children.
you fiend.
Yeah.
All right, let's connect with them.
Wow, it's interesting. The girl card popped out. They're asking for the boy. You can have a message too, sweetheart. Here. Let me see. No, I need the blank card. Oh, my card's going to turn around. Wow. Okay. Things that make you go, most definitely. Okay, so for the boy.
I'm only going to pull 3 of them.
Okay, so I'm going to look for the
Do
boy.
have another question.
Okay. Woman is not looking for. Well, the boy could be the man card too. Because there's a child. Ah, there we go. Boy. Okay, candle, boy. Oh, I'm sorry, Ginger. I should have muted myself.
Oh, you're good. I just had a question. I don't know if that answers it, but okay.
Do you want to go first?
I suppose. I think I'm getting too tired. I'm like losing things here. Um, okay, so I got a tower moment finally. Fine, not finally, but you keep pulling tower
Yeah.
moments. You know.
Yay, I got a tower moment.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't know.
that makes sense.
It's just I keep hearing, and I don't hear a finishing sentence, but even in sudden moments, and I can't. It's like I'm not hearing the rest of that sentence. Even in sudden moments, and at first I thought it had connection with this one. Um, Good things still can happen, you know. Maybe it's so he's the one that I felt like he had drowned or something. And I had asked when I saw this card, I asked, were you buried by a big tree? And I got those tingles I get on my right side that left side that's a yes. So something about him being buried by a tree, and the tree still bears fruit. So okay, as I'm saying, I'm here. Even though things happen suddenly that are devastating, life can still bear fruits. So I don't know if that's in maybe his spirit was still around there for a while trying to bring sunlight. I don't know. Right?
I got the sun card too, girl.
um, all is good, all is happy. Even though there was that devastating moment, he is happy. And I don't feel like he's still around that property anymore. He's moved on. He's ascended, and that makes him very happy. But I think this message, because I also asked a message for others, is to remember that sometimes tower moments happen that shake things up, but there's something good still, something, the fruit of knowledge, so to speak. There's things to be learned by these tower moments. um and maybe he's just saying that maybe he was buried by an apple tree, and he enjoys watching that flower turn into a fruit because maybe he himself loved apples. um
I think there's a fruit tree there.
is there?
Let me ask Shan.
And I don't know if this is related or not. I just pulled from a different card, and the message on the card was rest assured, commitment and patience always pays off. Um, I don't know if that has anything to do with that, but interesting. Okay, you go ahead.
Walnut trees. They had two walnut trees.
Okay.
Not fruit, but still.
Right.
So it's interesting. I got both boy and girl came
Mhm.
up. For the girl, the sun card. So, and then I got the moon card. And the moon, with Lenormand, is about too shining the light. It's having, it's a beacon. It's kind of like in some of Lenormand decks, they kind of talk about it like a little bit of being in the spotlight, so to speak. I'm thinking maybe she enjoys the limelight. Maybe she enjoys being there, and she's happy. When I pulled a tarot card, I got the Strength card, of course, Leo, the sun again. So spirit needs or want anything. The only thing I can think of is maybe if she is still there, it's either she's okay and she's enjoying being there, or the sun and the moon represents wanting to find the light, maybe wanting to move on. I haven't quite been able to figure that out because I got the Strength card. So she was a strong, resilient little girl. With the boy, um, I got Candle, which is what they added into the deck here. And for me, the boy, I think, because he's looking at the candles, what are candles? They're light, they're the flame, they lead you through the darkness. So I'm feeling possibly that he followed the light and he has moved on, that he's no longer there.
Mm,
Um, or seeing spirit needs or wants anything, maybe him as well. Maybe they are looking for the light, to be able to move on. I also, again, got the bouquet, bouquet of flowers. Usually, again, offering of love, of, you know, um, not just like a suitor kind of love, but just flower scent, as a cordial gift, as a book. It's just weird how that bouquet, Ginger, keeps coming up. At the bottom, of course, was the house. Also, on the other side of the boy was the book. And again, referring to the book, referring to the ledger. And for that tarot card, I got the Nine of Wands. And so it's interesting for the boy and the girl to have both the strength and then the Nine of Wands being, again, resilient, being kind of wary. Maybe they're still waiting to move on, or they got tired of waiting and they moved on themselves. But um, I don't know, girl. I mean, it was just so interesting how the sun and the moon, I mean, the two main
uh-huh,
celestial,
uh-huh.
on both sides of her, and in the layout the girl is actually looking at the moon. um Maybe she's still looking for the light. Maybe it's hidden from her. The boy looking at the candles, looking for the light. um some places, and I've had this experience, and I didn't want to bring up spirit when I was there with the girl, because I didn't want her to say, no, no, you leave.
Right.
But there was one place in New York that is frequented by a lot of paranormal groups. And when I asked the woman who runs it and owns it, when I saw her at a spirit fair, psychic fair, and I asked her if any, people came to try to move on some of the spirits from this asylum.
Right.
She got very angry with me. She's like, no, no one messes with my spirits. What?
Mm,
So I can't quite, go in there and, but for me, it's either they're acknowledging that they follow the light and they're no longer there, or they're waiting for the light to appear, or someone maybe to offer them the light.
mm,
So there's so maybe next summer I might just go there and sit and maybe meditate and maybe try to,
mhm.
say, look for the, if they're still there, look for the light,
Yeah,
don't be afraid of it. So I don't
right.
know. But yet you were getting the cards so that show like there were spirits there to help her move on though. So
Yeah, yeah. So, are you gonna pull on her then, or do you think you felt?
yeah, both the boy and the girl came out.
Yeah.
So the girl
Okay.
came out first. So,
Okay. So I went ahead and pulled on the girl then. Um, Interesting. It's the Queen of Cups, and I haven't been reading. There's a little saying here. It says intuitive and creative leadership supports those you love. So, um, her energy is just graceful. It's just. I think she was a very intuitive girl when she was here on this earth, and she was connecting with angels and um, her spirit guides, which were angels to her, is how I feel there. Um, this says cycles of change and motion, treasure your transformation. Because then I was starting to ask, do you have messages for us? And I'm going to read that one again because I feel like that's a message for all of us. Cycles of change and motion, treasure your transformation. Um, so I just feel like her transition was so beautiful to her. Um, I just feel like she was such a happy girl no matter what her environment was like. And this might say that too. Uh, a note to everybody. If you're feeling a little solemn, a little down, a little less hope, we won't say hope less, but a little less hope, follow your dreams. get in the boat and follow your dreams. Um, don't let things keep you down and keep you like bogged in the mud is what I'm hearing. Don't You need to get into the boat and let the stream carry you, like go with the flow type of thing. Follow your dreams. So when you're feeling at your lowest or you're a little less than, focus on your dreams and what makes you happy and let those dreams guide you along the way. So that is what my
Beautiful.
message. I felt like, um, yeah, and then again on the bottom of the sun card, she just wants everybody to be happy. I feel like because she was such a beautiful little soul, and she looked for the ladybugs on the daisy petals. I feel like she was that type of a girl. So.
And Christina says, I think you should. They need help. So Christina's picking up that they do need that little nudge or help too.
Let's see
Just,
if the pendulum might answer.
I felt such a deep sadness, Christina said.
Okay, so is our little boy still on this? It says his spirit still reside on this earthly plane. Interesting. I think his spirit comes and goes
Okay.
because this thing is still moving and it's moving in a circular thing. So it's neither a no or a yes. How funny. All right, the little spirit girl is the little spirit girl. Still, what's her spirit?
Where's the garden? No, I'm getting those tingles.
And I'm getting a no for her that she has crossed over.
When I
For
asked for
entertainment purposes only, of course.
I got girl, I got the garden again, I got the crossroads again, and I got the birds. And the birds are messengers, they're the communicators. So I don't know. Maybe she still like you said with the boy, she communicates with. I mean, that garden keeps coming up. I think they absolutely
Yeah.
love the garden area where they
Yeah.
could play and have their fantasy and
Right.
her play her princess. Like you said earlier. So.
So,
All righty. Well, 2 hours and 15 minutes later.
yeah, I'm feeling it right now.
Yeah,
I'm just tired tonight.
I'm getting all like the head tingles now. So, Ginger, you got anything coming up, my dear?
I
Get you promoted.
I know my December, or actually from November, has been it's just been very, we'll say that. And so I haven't been doing anything. So I do have, I'm on little Zen Crone, Jilly's channel on Monday. We were supposed to be on last night, but her internet went out. Jilly and I have been friends for like 5 years, and she took a little hiatus from YouTube, and she's back, and she's keeping low key still. Yeah, she's just keeping low key, and right now she's just she has her little circle of friends she's spending some time with on YouTube. So yeah, so we're just going to be talking about the liminal space between the new moon, the winter solstice. We'll be just talking about that and then pulling some cards.
Nice.
And yeah, after that, I got to make some plans. So yeah, I've been kind of staying low key this December. I haven't had that energy.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of time for
Lots of stuff that I've been going through,
flowers.
and that has been keeping me away from you too. But it was nice to come back tonight, even though I don't feel still 100%. But I had a lot of fun. Thank you.
I did
Helen.
too. It's been
Yeah.
it's been a hot minute, so I always enjoy when you're on with me.
Yeah, yeah.
And for me, oh my goodness, with the holidays too. I mean, I just don't feel like going out. I'm getting new decks. I just want to be kind of like a hermit now and just read and study and read some. I got some of my fun fan fiction, not fan fiction. Some sci-fi books that I'm catching up with. There's like 8 of them, so I got to reread the first 3 that
I wish I
read
was a
years
reader.
and now I have to. But it's really cool. It's the Walker Papers by C.E. Murphy. It's all
Oh.
about her being this. It's
Herpes. What?
I did not say herpes.
Oh, by the way, Roman wants Shan back. Shan
I
has to come say
know.
goodbye.
He doesn't like the tarot, but maybe he can join me for a conversation on something at some point.
Well, you tell him we all enjoyed him having him.
Yes. I enjoy when he's on with me too. And so tomorrow my poetry, and Monday my sacred feminine. And Jilly did join me a month ago, or it was in October, for one of my crystal shows, and we talked about a couple of her favorite crystals and stones.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed her energy. Very nice energy. Love you too. Mwah. Richling said, I came in late, but still say hi. Yes, we saw you come in. Thank you for hanging out. And yes, Christina, who's from the future.
Yeah.
Yeah. She goes, it's been very hot. So yeah, we're going through our winter and she's going through her summer. So
Right.
try to stay
Oh my
cool, my dear. And everybody, thank you again. Ginger, thank you, my dear. And we will see everybody on the next show or hanging out and chat together. So bye, everybody, and have a good night.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
All the YouTube things are
All the
smack
YouTube
and sassy, like Jax likes to say.
What's that?
Good
What's
night,
she
everybody.
say?
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.